they both play a part, and in their roles. You need both good and evil.
You're just riding a wave of it. You have your bad times and you have your good times, but it's all relative to each other. Like, you're gonna have the worst time that you're ever gonna have in your life, and I'm gonna have the worst time that I'm ever gonna have in my life. And although they might be completely different experiences, we both felt the same in those times.
Yes.
So we're all like riding this like wave of life, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but they can't exist without each other.
That's right.
And that middle is just like, I would say, boredom, pretty much. Just like lack of stimulus, lack of ability to sense and feel things, and we get bored when that happens. Or you can just be okay with it, meditation is a solution for that.
Yes. Meditation is that balance, that state of not feeling good about anything or bad about anything, or not taking anything. You're just feeling it.
Simply existing by itself and being okay with that, but not even realizing that you're okay with it, because that would be a thought. Just being it.
Yeah, that's another thing. As soon as you realize you're in the moment, you're in a different moment as well.
Yeah.
You almost have to be ignorant of the moment to be in the moment.
Yeah, as soon as you realize you're there, you're back here.
Yeah.
Because I'll be meditating and then I'll get this sensation throughout my body when I start to really just exist in the moment. And then my brain's like, oh, you're getting there.
And then it's like you're getting there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It does happen. I remember I was on the bed, like it was, all the lights were on just like this. And I just tuned into my, myself, and it was complete darkness, and I just knew I was about to take off.
Yeah.
The minute that I thought about it, it just opened back up, and I just tuned back, and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
So, it was just complete darkness, like, it's all this light, but internally it was just dark, real dark.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's funny, the duality between light and darkness, because let's pretend light is a being that can see and perceive darkness. It's only capable of perceiving darkness because it is light. And darkness is only capable of perceiving light because it is dark. They see each other like the same, because if I'm light and this is dark, dark is the opposite of me. But if I'm dark and I'm seeing light, that's the opposite of myself too.
Yeah.
So they see each other the same. They're one and the same from each other's perspectives.
Yeah.
But if we're perceiving it from like a third person perspective, they look different.
Yes. Even when you're in meditation for a long time, like long time, or you're going through darker periods, whether it's in physicality or you're just meditating or whatever, eventually you'll begin to activate your own light. It that's just a response, is that like, all right, so you're around all this darkness, all right, now I got to cut on the light. That's the balance, is the light and the darkness. If you don't have anything externally that's, lighted up, then you have to turn on your own inner light. And we all have that, you know what I mean? So.
And I think, personally, just the act of trying to create balance kind of almost creates a disbalance, because it's just something you realize. You got to realize, like, look, there already is this negative and there already is this positive, and it's already balanced.
Yes.
It just is. It cancels it. It just is,
Yeah.
Can't say this is good and this is bad, because everything comes with the polarity of good and bad. It's just, what are you willing to suffer for? And I think that's what love is, I'm willing to run this mile for whatever charity, is going to get donation, because I love this, I'm willing to do this for this person because I love them.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. Love is a really interesting thing, and love has its own polarity too. You can't have love without hate. You know how that goes. You fall in love with someone and they break your heart, and all of a sudden you hate them. That kind of deal. And then compassion is like the balance. It's like that devotion piece, like no matter what, Compassion is the sun coming up every day, on time, every single day. Like, regardless if these humans don't respect me or honor me, I'm here every day, 24/7, all the time. You know what I mean?
Like
here.
A plant growing from the concrete.
That's right.
That's love.
Yep, just devoted to its task, devoted. That's real compassion. It's growing despite any obstacles, doing its
Even
job.
if it's not receiving anything in return.
Yep, that's right.
It's still going to do what it needs to do.
Yeah.
To create and what it needs to create for this, infinite universe. We all have something to share and be the example for.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, when you love something, you're giving it the power to make you feel bad. Right? If you only loved one thing, that thing would be the only thing that ever makes you feel bad. If you have
it would make
you're
you
good.
feel the worst you've ever felt, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Love wouldn't mean anything if it didn't make us feel bad sometimes. Like, say just me and you exist, Daniel. You're gonna hate the things that I love, and I'm gonna hate the things that you love. Like, say you like going to the beach, I'm not gonna like going to the beach, but I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
And that's what love is. If I liked going to the beach and he liked going to the beach, it wouldn't mean as much, if we just both went to the beach.
Then it's love for the beach. It's not love for the person.
Exactly. It requires sacrifice.
Yes. Like, love is, it's the same thing like with your parents. Like, when you love your mom and she's awesome, and your father, they're awesome. They take care of you. They're always giving and giving and giving and giving. But then when they whoop you or they put you on punishment, it's like, okay, well,
damn.
Yeah, it's like, they're like enemy number one. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna take my phone? How you gonna, take away my Xbox and PlayStation? Or just say that this person's not good for you. You shouldn't be hanging out with them. I don't want you hanging out with them. I don't want you. It's like, come on now, I'm not a prisoner. You know?
For real, yeah.
So it's so you have that love and that kind of hate or disappointment too. Those polarities that you work with, and that's the relationship, like with parents that, or just guardians that we deal with, with
it's symbiotic though, like they're getting their benefit, I'm getting my benefit, they're giving their sacrifice, I'm giving my sacrifice, It's just symbiotic relationships with everything around you, and as long as we can, not only chase good times, because that's like the problem. We just end up chasing our own tail, running in circles, only trying to chase the good times. We'll never grow chasing good times.
Yeah. The process is something we really have to honor. That's why it's important to be in the now moment. Like yesterday, I had a moment where I was in Target, and I said, "No, I need to wait home until I cry." So. I said, no, forget about that. I'm going to rip open this tissue, and I'm going to break down right here, right now. I got to get it done, and just honor that process and go through that, whatever I was going through, because it's way more powerful to do it right then and there. Because it's really, really about the process, Everybody wants the good times, and it's like, the things we go through really do shape our identity. So if you didn't have any kind of obstacles or any kind of anything, you wouldn't appreciate anything that you receive. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, well, this is for me, and da da da. You wouldn't appreciate the hard work, the
exactly. Like sacrifice is required for it to mean something to you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud of what I created because I spent so much time, and effort putting my energy into it, to give, because when I make music, I don't just want to put it on Spotify and Apple Music where people they have to buy it, I want to give it out for free too.
It's like it's an experience that you went through and you feel like other people deserve this experience.